Hi, I'm Lin-Manuel Miranda, the director of Tick, Tick, Boom.
I'm Andrew Garfield. I play Jonathan Larson in Tick, Tick, Boom.
And this is Notes on a Scene.
What a soundtrack. Oh my God, Lynn, you are my absolute inspiration.
Oh, Yola, I see you.
See, shout out.
This is fun.
Clarissa, have a great show. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to put my boots on now. Read another question.
All right. It froze, says Lori Ray. Oh, I'm sorry about that for you. Funniest onstage blooper. Oh, that changes every night. There's a different blooper every night.
Lord!
Can we please just keep this stream going through the show? No, Papa, we got to do the show. If we focus on you, we'll mess up our lines.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get somebody to stand in the wings and just show you the show from the wings while we do this.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen.
Hit to your game. Oh, this is very nice.
Oh, man.
Pray you'll bring knee breeches back, says Catherine
Knee
Napkina. Knee breeches.
Women certainly got the raw end of the deal in the fashion sense. I'm sorry. But if we bring back knee breeches,
yeah, those corsets
back,
are no joke.
Corsets and was it bussets?
Bustles.
Bussets.
Bust it. It's time to bust it.
That's how we do it. Glory, we love you too.
Places, please, for the top of the show.
Lin-Manuel Miranda once faked a spinal injury so he could come home from summer camp early.
It's true. It was the most guilt-inducing thing I've ever done. I had to ease my fake injury into a fake limp so I could stay home from camp. And I had so much guilt from, I don't think that was a refundable deposit on that camp, but hopefully I've repaid them since. Cher.
Yeah, Cher, the legend.
Yeah, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. That entrance is out of this world.
Iconic. I mean, who else
And then Andy
would?
Garcia being like, oh, Cher. It's the best. I figured out how he could sing because of his wrestling videos. He was a bad guy for a while in the WWE, and he would pull out a ukulele, and he would go like, can't wait to get out of whatever town he was in. They would boo him. And so I watched a supercut of him taunting people with a ukulele to find out his vocal range.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's how you did You're Welcome.
Yeah. This is our a cappella number in Tick, Tick, Boom. It's called Boho Days. And in John's original performance, when he would perform this as a rock monologue in the late 80s and early 90s, he would start the show this way. And it was this very personal song full of inside jokes. And he would just go and just sing a cappella to the audience. And I wanted to figure out a way to put that in the body of the piece, and so we reconfigured it as an impromptu number at a party.
You guys.
What the hell? Can we go to work?
That's Lynn. He's fully dressed. I'm not, but I will be.
Especially LOL'd. I literally LOL'd during the song. We don't talk about Bruno because it's pretty true about many families, I would say.
Oh, well, I'm so glad you brought up We Don't Talk About Bruno because that was a joy to write. I pitched that song. I love the idea of, and I think this is true of every family, the one family member you're not supposed to talk about, but you can't help but talk about. You don't talk about it at the dinner table, but you go, wait, why aren't we allowed to talk about it? I'll tell you later. That just felt very true to me.
We don't talk about Bruno.
And Lynn didn't know if I could sing, and I knew that I couldn't. So there was an interesting dynamic at play there.
Andrew and I shared a massage therapist, but that's a very misleading title.
Yeah.
Because what he really does is stick his elbows into you as deep as possible, and it's painful. I knew that Andrew was a client of his, and I think I asked him, do you think he could sing? He's amazing at everything he seems to do. And Greg was like, oh, sure, buddy. And, that was enough for me. You have no idea how incredible this man was in Angels in America and what a force of nature he is on stage, full stop. And I just felt like that guy can do anything. And the particulars of playing piano and singing is something that if I can give him the time and resources to feel comfortable doing it, I know he'll attack it with the same fearlessness he attacks everything he does.
He's back.
You see how late he gets ready? He's not always there when you call, but he's always on time.
Oh.
And he'll give you his all, and he'll shoot me at the end.
Yeah.
So in the early days of IMDb, the first time I had a rough cut of this, I called one of my best friends, Kiara, and said, I have a rough cut. She lives on my block.
Okay.
And she said, I'm on my way. And she comes down and she watches the rough cut with me. And the first moment they cut to Jonathan's bedroom in his apartment, she like whirls around and looks at me and goes, Lynn, that's your bedroom, dude. That futon on the floor and that shit next to the bed, that's what your 20s apartment looked like.
Oh my
and
God.
I burst into tears and said, oh my God, this is so personal. It sort of hit me all at once because in my experience and my thesis was just tell Jonathan's story and be as faithful to that as I can, but you can't help but tell your own story while you're doing that.
Now, the other thing I really identified with Jonathan was the idea of the ticking, that you need to do more before a certain age or before your time is up. And Robin and I were just talking about this in the other room. But I want to ask you, I mean, you've got a good thing going on. You've got 2 great musicals this year. You've got Grammys, Tonys, Pulitzer, like you do. What is it that you feel like you need to accomplish before your time's up?
Yeah. Well, what's clarifying about this musical, and the reason I think it hit me like a ton of bricks when I was 21 years old and saw Raul Esparza doing it at the Jane Street Theater, was it's about reconnecting to why you fell in love with this in the first place. And I know there's an alternate timeline where no one produces in the Heights, and I am still teaching English at Hunter High School, and I'm still writing songs at night. And I know that would still be true even that's in that other timeline, because that's what I feel like I'm meant to be doing with my time. When Jonathan asked in that show, what a way to spend the day, I had the same answer he did. And I know that there is another timeline where Jonathan Larson is 61 years old and sitting next to me and telling you what he's proud of in the movie and complaining that I cut green dress. And I wish I were in that timeline where we're talking about his 10th and 11th musicals. But this was the best way I could collaborate with someone who set me on this path. And so that's the thing I get back to at the end of the day is connecting with the original impulse of why we all started doing this in the first place.
Every night it's like 15 different songs. I ain't worried about you. Now he's outside of my stage door. Now you wanna see me crying. Now I'm the one who's whatever. Lemonade. What was your Nas song today?
Tell them burr bye.
What was your
Tell them burr bye. Bye.
Let Miranda, y'all. We gotta go pray.
Oh, I just snagged my mic on the thing.
Oh. That's gonna hurt. All right.
And Jonathan Larson wrote this rap song. Gabriella Montez from High School Musical, also known as Vanessa Hudgens, who is just truly the life of any party she's in. And so it was real. Some of the cutaways to her taking up the mantle of the song are really some of my favorite things.
And
Lin-Manuel Miranda used to have a job writing jingles for political candidates.
Jingles is not entirely accurate. It's more like background music. It was more often than not like minor chord, this candidate wants to abolish puppies and sunshine. And like 15 seconds in, you go, major chord, this is the candidate we want you to vote for. Happy, happy music, the end.